On the second day of his visit to East Timor, Pope Francis delivered a series of deeply moving addresses and interactions, underscoring the centrality of love, compassion, and mission in the life of the Church. His activities included a heartfelt meeting with children with disabilities, an inspiring address to the clergy and religious, and a grand celebration of Mass with thousands of faithful. The day began with a visit to Irmas Alma School in Dili, where the Pope was warmly welcomed by a group of children dressed in traditional clothing, accompanied by a choir of singing sisters. The Pope met children with disabilities, including a young boy named Silvano, who uses a wheelchair. Pope Francis highlighted Silvano's role in teaching us how to open ourselves to God's care, stating, as he lets himself be cared for, we also must learn to let ourselves be cared for. He expressed gratitude for the children's example of vulnerability and trust.
Compartir la vida con las personas que tienen más necesidad es un programa de ustedes. Es un programa de todo cristiano. Quiero agradecerle lo que hacen. Y quiero agradecer también a las nenas y a los muchachos y a los chicos y a las chicas que nos dan el testimonio de dejarse cuidar. Porque ellos nos enseñan a nosotros cómo debemos dejarnos cuidar por Dios. Dejarnos cuidar por Dios y no por tantas ideas o planes o caprichos.
The Pope then traveled to the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, where he addressed bishops, priests, nuns, seminarians, and catechists. He emphasized Timor-Leste's central role in the Gospel despite its marginal position. Timor-Leste is at the edge of the world, and yet it is at the center of the Gospel, he declared. Drawing from the story of Mary of Bethany anointing Jesus' feet, Pope Francis urged the clergy and religious to cherish and spread the fragrance of Christ in their ministry. The day concluded with a grand celebration of Holy Mass at the Tasi Tolu Esplanade, where over 600,000 people, more than one-third of the country's population, gathered in the sweltering heat to join the Holy Father in worship. The Mass began with a traditional Timorese dance, followed by a homily delivered by Pope Francis in Spanish. Reflecting on the prophet Isaiah's message, Pope Francis spoke about the birth of a child as a symbol of joy and purity, urging the faithful to embrace humility and make space for the young. He called on everyone to make themselves small before God and others, emphasizing that true beauty and fulfillment come from self-giving and welcoming others. Through his visit, the Pope has inspired a renewed sense of purpose and unity, calling on the people of East Timor to embrace humility and generosity in their lives and ministry.